guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you my stash shopping for April. Now, let's have a little talk here. Yeah, I'm kind of a go big or go home kind of girl, and I realize this, but I've been going way too big with my stash shopping to the tune of I couldn't use all those products in 3 months, much less 1 month. So this month I have pared it way down. I have not chosen as many products, therefore I should be able to use them in the month of April. And so, yeah, some of these things I've kind of made my way through my rotation with my previous stash shopping in a way that I've ruled out some things, I've already used some things, and I've given away lots of things. And I started off my other videos with the chopping block. Here's the problem. By the time I get to the next month, I have forgotten what I kept, what I gave away, what I decided to use some more and figure out. Yeah. So, I'm not going to do that this time. This time I'm going to go through, very quickly show you what I'm going to use for my stash shopping for this month. I'm not going to swatch it and spend 16 hours explaining it to you. I'm just going to show you what it is. And that way you see what I'm going to be using and you get an idea of parts of my collection and you'll know what to expect and what you'll be seeing in some upcoming looks. Anyways, one more thing about this too is that I think as soon as I get to my summer break, I'm gonna do some revamping of my storage and just kind of, I was watching Sarah Kay's everyday drawer video and she had like all her blushes in one place, all her highlighters in one place, and in general I try to do the same thing, but things just got all mixed up and I just really need to find another way of storing things so that when I do go to shop my stash, I can go right into all the blushes and choose from them and just keep on rotating through them where everything gets some love. So that's my plan anyway. That doesn't mean it's gonna happen that way, but that's my plan. So I've got all these items in this little Ulta box. I'm just gonna randomly draw out from them. I'm not even gonna really go in categories. I'm just gonna show them to you. So the first thing is a Wet n Wild Mega Glow Illuminating Palette. And this kind of has a bunch of stripes of different colors of highlighter. And I've used this in the past and I really liked it. I particularly like to take these two outer colors and mix those together for a highlight. And I said I wasn't gonna swatch anything and look, here I go already. And it's not really showing much, but it is really pretty on the cheeks. So I'm gonna give this a try and see if I have not found other highlighters that exceed these so much that I need to give this away, or if it's something that I need to hang on to. This is a palette that was in one of my previous Shop My Stashes that I still never used because I never got around to it. And it's the Real Her one shadow palette, Be Your Own Kind of Beauty. And I believe this is probably going to be one that I will declutter and give away because it's super pretty and super neutral, but I have so many that I already have that look exactly like this. And so what I'll do is use it in a look and just decide if it's worth keeping, if there's anything unique about it. This is covered in dust because it's been sitting in my drawer for a while and I never did take the plastic off of it because I just didn't want to have fingerprinted mirror. And this is the NARS Narcissist, let's see what this is called, just Narcissist Cheek Studio palette. And I got this at the Ulta sale some time back. And I got it because I really wanted to try the Laguna bronzer. And I did like that, but I've given this very little use. And so I'm gonna try to use them all, or at least the ones that look like they will fit my skin tone or match my skin tone, and give that some more love. I always talk about kind of being glad that I don't know that I love NARS products because they're seriously pricey, and the only reason I have that is because it was half price. Speaking of like cheek and face palettes, I also am going to give some love to this Lorac Pro contour palette because I've had it for a very long time and I've barely used it. And it has a lot of colors that are, you know, my colors as far as bronzer and contour are concerned. And I heard Emily Noel talking about this and how much she likes this, and I need to give it some more love. Since we're on the cheek product and cheek palette train here, which I'm finding that I kind of prefer single blushes and highlighters, just because in these palettes I don't really find myself using all that's in there. But you know, I already have these, I need to use them. This is the Cheek Parade by Benefit, if I didn't say so. And inside it has Hula Hula Light, which I like to mix those for bronzer. It has California Dandelion and Rockateur. And so I really love this one, and I really love Dandelion. They've pigmented it a little bit more than it used to be. It used to be so pale you couldn't even see it. And I really do like both of these bronzers, so I'm going to use that some more. Okay, first of all, I'll show you these three together. They came in a set. I just can't really recall, and I kind of think maybe I didn't like the dryness of these, but these are the Melted Mattes by Too Faced. And I've got Melted Fig, Melted Peony, and Melted Nude. And if I remember correctly, I'm not in love with this, the way it's distributed into this little spongy thing. And I also remember these separating. So I need to remember to shake them up well, but I need to try these again and maybe get rid of a couple of them and keep my favorite color, or get rid of them all entirely if I can't stand the formula. I just kind of think, I mean, it's almost the same as these Melted Mattes in this format. Super drying and like too much so. Very uncomfortable by the, you know, after an hour. I don't really know where all these came from. I think some from subscription boxes, but this one is called Lipitude 24/7. And I just thought it was a really pretty color and kind of a springy color, so I wanted to try that again. I have a Manna Beauty Simplified, and I don't even know, it's called All of Me. I don't even know if this is a lipstick, a liquid lipstick, or a lip gloss. It looks like a gloss, and it's a nice color, a nice springy color, so I'm gonna give that another try. I have Bella Pierre Kiss Proof Lip Cream, also a really pretty color. You guys know I'm all about the pinky nudes, and so I have so many, I need to decide which ones I'm going to keep and which ones I'm going to let go. I have a Lorac lipstick here. Alter Ego is the line, and CEO is the shade. And I think I like this one too. It's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I think I like these. I think I know, but I'm not sure. So I need to give them another try. For eyeshadow palettes, I have several in here, but all I haven't used in a really long time. Some of them I think I'm finally ready to let go of, and some of them I really don't know. And one of them that I think I'm ready to let go of is this first Tartlet by Tarte. I always think that I love this, and every time I use it, I just feel so underwhelmed by it. It has pretty colors, particularly this row, and I think that's what at least the Tarte is worn off on these colors the most. But I just don't think that I'm that impressed enough to keep it. So I'm gonna figure that out. This Lorac palette came as an exclusive for the Nordstrom sales, several Nordstrom sales back. I think I like the blush here more than I like the eyeshadows in this. But I need to decide if that one blush is worth keeping the whole palette. Next, I decided to pull out all my Tarte round palettes, these ones that never seem to ever have a place where they can be stored in a way that they're not in the way or falling down or whatever. This Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 came in a boxy charm, and I used it a couple times, and I remember being very underwhelmed with the pigmentation and the fact that they were like all shimmers, but they weren't very shimmery. more than likely going to get rid of this one. But these other two, I really like them, especially for travel. Even though they're not very sleek, they're kind of bulky. They have everything inside: blush, bronzer, highlighter, and eyeshadow. And this one is Rainforest After Dark. And inside this one is one of my favorite blushes. I love the blush, and I also love the eyeshadows in this one. I know I like this, and I need to give it more love. So that's the Rainforest After Dark. The next one is Showstopper. It's kind of got this purple snakeskin cover on it. I don't necessarily love the blush. I don't tend to gravitate towards peachy blushes, but I really do like the highlighter and bronzer, and I do like the eyeshadows in this one. So I think I may return to these in a way, like, let's see if I can get an entire look out of this with just using everything that's in this. I missed one of the lippies. This is called Sorry Not Sorry, and this is a Too Faced matte lippy. And if I remember correctly, I don't love the formula. They were really dry, but I really love this color. It's more of a warm nude. I'm probably going to be walking around with some seriously dry lips this month. I pulled out several cheek products. Most of these are Lorac. I'm finding that I know I have a lot of blushes. I just don't know where I have them stored. And so most of these that I pulled out are two Lorac blushes and 2 Lorac highlighters. This one is called Spectra, and this one is called Aura. And I think these came in duos with these highlighters, Spotlight and Moonlight. And I know I like Moonlight, but this one looks super dark to me for a highlighter. And I often find that I really gravitate towards much lighter highlighters, because the darker ones just, they show up too much and just doesn't work for me. I also have this Wet n Wild Fergie, and I know I like this one. I need to give it another try and see if I have replaced it with others, but it's a super pretty highlighter, and you can see right there. Yeah, very pretty, very golden, but it has pink and everything else mixed up in it. So I'm going to use that again and see if I want to keep it. I've got 2 Too Faced mini palettes, and there's another one. I'm going to grab it right now. I actually have 3 Too Faced mini palettes. The first one is Natural Eyes, and that's what it looks like. Again, another neutral, but this pink right here, it's called Satin Teddy. It's like a champagne-y pink. It's just so pretty, and it's so unique, and I think I might keep this palette just for that color. I'm gonna give that some more love. Then I've got Romantic Eye, and this has some really unique colors in it, and I remember liking them, particularly this honeymoon color that's kind of a taupey lavender. Super pretty. So we'll see about that. This one I'm almost positive that I'm going to declutter, because I just am not impressed with it, and I've used it several times. Apparently I took a giant divot out of one of those. I've used it many times, and I'm just not impressed with it. So I'll probably try it one more time, but I think it's on its way out. And then finally, I'm gonna return to one of my Kat Von D quads, and you can see that there's major dents in this because I've used it a lot, because I love it a lot, and I'm just happy to return to that. But yeah, can you believe it? That's what I have in this box, and that's what I'm going to try to work into my rotation. I have a lot of new products from the Ulta sale, so I'll be trying lots of new things. I'm also kind of part of continuing challenge with my beauty group for the next 2 weeks, and so there are going to be, you know, it's going to take me some time to work all these things in amongst everything else. So That's why I try to keep it small. It may not seem small to you, but if you look at my last stash shopping, you will know that this is small for me. But that's it. If you have any particular questions about any of these things that you're curious about and you'd like me to talk more about it, I will be glad to do that, or if you have questions about them along the way. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be using out of my stash for April, and we'll see what I decide to keep and what I decide to toss. We'll see what I decide to keep and what I decide to get rid of. But like I said, I pretty much kind of already think I have my mind made up on most of these things, so we'll see how it goes. But my collection is kind of dwindling down. I am making some progress and getting rid of some things that I don't use and making room for the things that I do use. So thank you for hanging out with me and kind of being a part of this process. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I ordinarily upload on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and if I do a live stream, it will ordinarily be on Wednesday night at 6:00 p.m. Central Time. So thank you again, and until next time, take care and God bless. Bye, guys.